All right, guys. So I'm going to be doing another comic review, and this book is another book sent to me by my friend Chris. Chris, thank you once again, brother. And yeah, it's going to be Ultimate Wolverine, The Winter Soldier. This is volume one of the series, and yeah, um, the Ultimate Universe has been really solid. I've been gushing a lot about the Absolute Universe for the longest time, and yeah, I think it's high time I go back to the Ultimate Universe. So, Ultimate Wolverine is a book written by Chris Condon, which I have heard is getting an extension. I have heard it is getting a solid extension from Ultimate Universe, because it was said originally that it was going to end at issue 12 to coincide with Ultimate Endgame. So now I've heard, I don't know how long the extension is, so that kind of leads into where what could happen next. So I don't exactly know what's going to happen with Ultimate Wolverine, but we do know the extension is here. We do know we do now know that it's 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 here, and I guess Logan is going to make it out. Now, what's also interesting to note is that this comic is, when people were talking about how weird Peach Momoko's Ultimate X-Men, which I cannot I can't really say anything about I can't really say anything about Peach Momoko's Ultimate X-Men because I haven't read it. I have heard people either really love it or it's just too bizarre. That's what I've heard about everything, is that either you're really gonna love it or you're gonna think it's the most bizarre thing, and it's gonna off-put you from wanting to read further. Here, Ultimate Wolverine feels more like, I think, what really does feel like it really does feel like what people wanted from the Ultimate X-Men book, if you were expecting that. So yeah. So let's get into it. Now, Chris Condon is not a writer I have heard of. I'm sure he's done books before. But yeah, the artwork, also done by Alessandro Capuccio, is awesome. It reminds me a lot of Cicchetto's artwork. I actually thought this was Cicchetto doing both. I legit thought this was Cicchetto doing double duty on here and Spider-Man, because look at that. You cannot tell me that doesn't look like Cicchetto's artwork. So this story basically is about, of course, Wolverine, who in here, Logan is known as the Winter Soldier for the Eurasian Republic, which is run by the Rasputins. Piotr Rasputin, a.k.a. Colossus, and his sister, along with Omega Red, are the ruling faction of the Eurasian Republic and are basically using mutants, are essentially using mutants as either weapons or stock or something. I've kind of noticed that there's a trend now when it comes to a Wolverine alternate universe book. Colossus is a villain. Between here and Jonathan Hickman's Wolverine's Revenge, I've kind of noticed there's this big thing of having Colossus be a villain. And he's actually really, Ultimate Colossus is really intimidating, and to have his sister Illyana here. It's also revealed in here through what is essentially the Krakoa texts and bits and pieces there, that what they essentially reveal is that Mikhail was the leader of the Eurasian Republic, but he was killed by Gambit. Yeah, so you do have, like I said, this is more of the traditional, what people expected for the Ultimate Universe when it came to the X-Men side of things. Logan, we don't know much. We do know that Logan was kidnapped and reprogrammed, and now under the code name The Winter Soldier, he is now he's now basically their weapon. He is their personal assassin, and yeah, he F's up some people in here. There is some straight up F'age in here with this version of Wolverine. I also gotta say, I really like the Ultimate Wolverine costume. I really dig it. It feels like the black. I always liked the black and tan costume. I really did. I always enjoyed the black and tan Wolverine costume. So to have it be a story, to have it be a altered version of that is kind of cool. What's also interesting is that this kind of takes like a Bourne Identity kind of feel with the character. It really like I was reading this and I was like, this feels like a mutant version of Bourne Identity, because you have Wolverine. He's programmed not like to be an assassin, to be a hunter, but he is essentially like trying to get his memories back. So it is, but then again, you could always make the argument that Wolverine was kind of like a Bourne Identity kind of character, or Jason Bourne type character, or Jason Bourne based off of Wolverine. The story, like, Wolverine does not talk until the very last issue. I'm telling you, he's just kind of this silent protagonist. And that's also something that made it kind of like a fast read for me, is that, you know, Alessandro, for the most part, he doesn't do the artwork for issue 4 and 5, but that does introduce Ultimate Sabretooth. It's more picture over story, and trust me, Alessandro's artwork really does showcase how good of an artist he is. And we're probably going to find out more if we have. I know I'm reading this in trade, but we are essentially learning more and more about Logan's life from the past in this starting series. It's also interesting and a little weird that in here the Ultimate Universe version of Gambit and Kitty Pryde are in a relationship, because I'm like, Kitty's a little too young, Remy. Where's Rogue? Like, what happened to Rogue? We also get here Ultimate Black Widow, Ultimate Sabretooth, and while we briefly get Ultimate Nightcrawler and Mystique. Just don't get attached. All in all, the book is a solid read, and like I've been saying, if you were off-put in any way, now I can't say how I like Ultimate X-Men is, because that's a part of the Ultimate Universe I have not read, so I cannot tell you. I really can't tell you in any way, shape, or form how that really plays out, because I haven't read it. But here I can tell you, if you were off-put by the Ultimate X-Men for any way, shape, or form, here you go. Here's your alternative. It's fast-paced action. It's brutal, and Wolverine's still the best at what he does, even in a different universe. This is arguably the most violent of the Ultimate Universe books. I'm not lying. Yeah. So there are surprises I didn't mention. So if you want to check this out and have like a cool, bloody book, here you go. This is your opportunity. So yeah, if you have read Ultimate Wolverine, let me know in the comments below what you guys thought of it. Chris, thank you once again for this book. And yeah, just comment below, let me know. Other than that, I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.